Guys, most people create bug out kits, whether it's a bag or an emergency kit that they keep in their car, in their house, in their office, and they think that when the power goes out, the biggest problem they're going to have immediately is food and water. But that's actually very short-sighted thinking, because in the modern world, most emergency kits, if you think about it, all the essentials that they have are electronic devices. So you definitely are going to have a phone, and a phone is not just a means of communication, but it's also an emergency GPS. It's how you get your information, so it's actually very critical. You may also have a headlamp, because if it's night and you need to see and you want your hands free, a rechargeable headlamp. You may have AirPods to connect to the phone, a rechargeable flashlight, even a weather radio. These are all essential items that are hopefully in your emergency kit, wherever that kit may live. But the problem is all of these devices run on electricity, and when they die, most people default to small portable power banks like this to charge them up. But when the power bank dies, all of these devices are totally useless. And that is specifically why I want to introduce you to the VTOMAN Jump 100. This is actually the very first small portable power bank that actually has an AC outlet that runs on LiFePO4 batteries. So this is good for about 3,000 charge cycles or 10 years before those batteries deplete to 80%. Aside from being just safe, which is the #1 thing you want, it's extremely light and extremely portable. And when you pair this with the VTOMAN 40-watt solar panels, which are so thin and so small that you can actually put them in your kit or in your car, you essentially have unlimited energy to charge your phone, to charge all of your electronic device, or to power whatever you need in an emergency. And the benefit of this kit is if you put all of this together and all your other items in your emergency kit, and it sits in the car for a year or 2 years and you haven't used it, none of this goes bad. These LiFePO4 batteries actually remain fully charged, and they hold their charge for years at a time. If anything, this may degrade 5% over the course of a year. And I know because I've tested all of this equipment extensively, and LiFePO4 batteries, they just don't really lose power. And then when you couple it with solar, and we're going to test this, and I'm going to show you how all this works in just a second. But when you couple it with solar, you essentially can recharge this and all your devices indefinitely. And you may question why I have a radio in my emergency kit. Do not discount the extreme value of having a portable AM/FM weather band radio that has rechargeable batteries, because recharging is key when there's a crisis and you can't find AA batteries, you can't use the grid. You can recharge it with this, and information is absolutely essential during a crisis, during an outage, during a storm, or even a terrorist attack. Now, coming and taking a very close look at the unit, operation is very, very simple. Basically, you have 3 buttons. You have the button for the light, you have the button to turn on the AC inverter, and then you have the main power button. Now, right now I have the AC inverter on, which is why it's showing it on the screen. We also show the percentage of the battery left, and then we have our 2 USB-A, our USB-C, and our standard 120 volt, 100 watt AC outlet. On the side of the unit, we do have a very small cooling fan, which I have yet to even hear spin up because it's just that efficient. On the side, we just have some basic specs, and on the bottom, we have very nice rubber feet, so you can easily put this anywhere you want without damaging anything. I actually placed it on the hood of my car where I threw the solar panels, and I was able to charge this very easily in indirect sun, which was even more impressive. The carrying strap is built in, you can't take it off, very light. Like I said, I actually threw this over a bicycle handlebar, and I went for a ride with it to my destination because I then wanted to charge my phone. And I also want to point out that if you're not charging by solar, charging this is very simple. You just simply plug in any USB Type-C, and it begins charging immediately, which is exactly what you want to see. I'm going to plug in some devices. It is literally as easy as turning on the power to the unit, plugging in some USB-A and USB-C cables, or even in the case of these older AirPods, I'm just going to plug it straight into an AC outlet, and before you know it, everything, all my devices, the red light is on here, the red light is on there, all my devices are charging. It is so simple. And the screen of this unit, and I hope you can see it, I'll hold it up to the camera, it actually displays the battery percentage, and right now we're at 85%. And this device is so compact and so handy, you can literally carry this with one finger. You can throw it over the handlebar of your bicycle and ride with it to the beach or to a picnic or to an outing and have enough power to charge all of your devices. It doesn't have to live in an emergency kit. But now you're going to ask the question that always comes up. Well, what happens when this dies? How do I handle that? Now, when the portable power bank itself starts to get low, the solution is even easier. I picked up the VTOMAN 40-watt, foldable, extremely light, extremely portable solar panels. And what these panels do are they tie right into the unit via USB-C, and they charge the device right up. But as a bonus, while that's charging, you can still plug an additional device into the panels themselves and charge the battery itself and a cell phone or a laptop or an iPad, whatever it is that you want to charge. And this is an amazing solution because it basically gives you a sustainable and renewable power supply that a typical portable power bank would not allow you to do. This is a device that would also be great to keep in your car because if you break down somewhere or your phone dies and you don't have electrical power, you can easily take the VTOMAN Jump 100. You can put it anywhere with its rubber feet, such as the hood of your car. You can open up the solar panels, lay them out, right in direct sun, and the camera probably won't pick this up, but the light is red right now, meaning that it's receiving power even though it is not fully sunny out. I can plug the cable right in, plug it into the Jump 100, and charging begins immediately. I'm actually just going to bring the camera around real close to show you that in not full sunlight at all, we are immediately pulling in power and we're immediately charging the unit. And I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it says Type C and it is charging. Now obviously these can also be set up on a lawn. One of the benefits of these solar panels though is not just the ability to set up on a lawn, on your car, anywhere that's easy or convenient, but if you look at these, they have two holes on either end. And the benefit of that is you can take this and you can string this up with a piece of paracord or any type of rope, and you can tie this to the back of your backpack. So as you're hiking, these just hang down over the backpack and they continue to provide electrical power, whether it's charging your phone directly or recharging the Jump 100. You can do either or both. And I just want to show you, we've had this outside for literally 1 minute and it is definitely not bright sunlight. In fact, it is rather stormy looking. And in that 1 minute time frame, we've already gone up 1%, and I don't know if the camera is showing this, but we're now at 86%, whereas a minute ago we were at 85%. So you don't even need direct sunlight to charge these. And I'm downstairs right now in the basement where it's not totally dark, but I think it's dark enough to demonstrate the light that is actually on the unit as well, because it's a nice feature to have if you don't have a flashlight or if your flashlight is dead. Look at this. This is brightness level 1, 2, and 3. So you can actually illuminate quite a large area with the built-in light, and this is great if you've got it in the car and maybe you break down at night and you want to put this on the side and aim it at a tire that you need to inflate or change, or even if it's just an emergency and you need a flashlight, you've got one built in, and with the massive battery power of this unit, this light will run basically forever. Now I want to show you outside here on my backpack. I've got the panels tied to the backpack, and I can basically just throw this on my back and walk around with it, and if I want to open the panels to pick up sunlight while I'm walking around and charge my phone or charge the power bank, I can do that. So if I'm going for a nice hike, this adds no weight and it basically allows me to charge. I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly how this would work. If I wanted to go walk around for a hike, I would just unclip these. They open right up. I can take the backpack, just throw it on my back, and as I'm walking around, these panels are picking up sun. I can plug my phone into it, put the phone in my pocket, put the phone in the backpack, or I can even hold on to the device itself because it's so light and connect it, and as I'm walking around, I'm charging via the sun. It is free, it is efficient, and if I take an hour-long hike, I'll be fully charged by the time I get to my destination. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw a still image up on the screen for the specs of the Jump 100 because I think it's really important to know what this unit can and cannot do. So if we're looking at the specs, we can see that the AC output power is 100 watts, and it's an 89.6 watt-hour capacity LiFePO4 battery, which basically means you've got about 90 watts of power for an hour before the unit depletes itself. You can obviously charge it via solar. It's got two USB outputs that are USB-A, and then it's got a USB-C output that can deliver 65 watts on the USB-C. You can also charge via the USB-C at 65 watts as well. And like I said earlier, probably the most important feature of the unit, in my personal opinion, is the fact that it's LiFePO4 batteries, because in this size unit, I actually don't know of any other brand that does a LiFePO4 battery. They're usually lithium ion, which they don't last as long. They are rated for probably 500 charge cycles, where this is about 3,000. And these batteries are much more intricately safe, where they're not subject to thermal runaway. Now, you have to set your expectations. This unit is not going to power your refrigerator or your central air, but it's definitely going to power all your small devices. It's going to charge everything in your emergency kit, from your phones to your flashlights to your radios to your laptops. This can even power a lamp inside your house. So let's just say you have a power outage and this is literally the only thing you have. You can take this inside with an LED equivalent bulb and power it for quite a long time. And in fact, let's go inside and let me show you that just so you can see for yourself. Now, as promised, I also just want to show you that if you lost power, you can even take this in your house and use it to power a light. This light is an LED equivalent bulb, and I can just simply use the included AC outlet, plug the light in, and we instantly have power. And this is going to run for quite a long time because the bulb itself is only taking about 6 watts. This can supply about 90 watt hours. So basically you can provide 90 watts for an hour. You do the math with a 6-watt bulb. This will easily get you through the night. Now that we've checked out the Jump 100, let me put some specs up on the panels just so we can look at those together as well. You can see the model number, but most importantly, these are 40-watt panels, but they also provide a USB-C at 30 watts. The peak power of the unit is 40 watts, and then you've got your USB-A as well, which is 5 volts, 3 amps. And probably the best feature of these panels is that they are so lightweight, they are so portable. You just throw them in a backpack and you're good to go. And you can even take them to the beach with you. If you want to have a nice day at the beach, throw them out on the sand, charge your phones while you're laying there enjoying the sun. It is just so easy. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and post a link to the panels and to the Jump 100 because I think these are critical items that everybody should have in their vehicle in case you break down or in case you need power somewhere. You should certainly keep it in a backpack, in your house, in your emergency kit. There's just no reason not to. These two devices combined, I picked them up separately, but combined they're under $250. These are about $105, that's about $106. You're coming in at a low price point, and what you're getting is sustainable, reusable, safe power, and you're getting a flashlight with it as well, because I'm telling you, there's always going to be a time where you're in the dark with no power and you need a light and then you need a way to recharge. This is just a great unit. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, ask any questions. I will do my best to answer everything, and check out the links if you're interested in these products or if maybe you want to pick them up yourself. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.